Take a walk through Joseph or Enterprise and you'll see Steve Arment's work. It's all over the place.
Well, I build a lot of silly things. Some folks feel I've tried to trivialize the entire county.
It's a surveying theme with a witness tree, a bearing tree, its compasses.
A giant bug hangs from the ceiling of a local business. A walrus head perched on the wall of another. And houses peppered with curious vegetable furniture.
Probably a third of the houses and businesses have a Steve Arment something in it, and some of them admit to it, but it's there.
I think everybody just loves Steve because his work is so pure and whimsical and, you know, makes you laugh and smile, and how can you not love that? And the person who creates that.
Steve first became known around the county when he began creating one-of-a-kind screen doors.
This is the first screen door that I did in Joseph. Those are carrots.
They caught on.
This one? Oh, this one's probably closer to a 100th door.
Pretty soon, the valley was full of Steve's custom doors, from storefronts to farmhouses.
We may start out building a really sturdy first screen door and then ornament it with whatever they want. And sometimes it's carved, and sometimes it's just painted, and sometimes it has tractor parts glued on it.
And that led to other commissions. Benches for the local brew pub, store displays and signs.
It had a crocodile hanging underneath the sign, but someone absconded with it. And several times people have tried to steal the dragonfly, but it's still intact. It's looking particularly nice today with those sunflowers.
He even spruced up a favorite breakfast spot.
Kind of local silliness. A woman from Alaska originally commissioned me to do this, and she'd seen something similar, I think, in Homer. And so we've had a lot of fun with it, and the new owner seems pretty much into it as well.
And that's what I think one of the things I most enjoy about what I do is because the people I get to interact with, and a lot of times you have to get to know them well enough to figure out what they're talking about and to interpret, you know, who they are into what it is we're going to build.
And then here, these are the treatment rooms.
Some of Steve's work is a little more subtle. When the local acupuncture clinic asked him to transform their boxy office space into something more comfortable, Steve responded, softening the rooms with flowing woodwork and color.
The room across the hall, we gave a fish theme to.
It's being able to do things to a space and create an entire feeling. It's like an installation art is almost what it becomes.
One of my favorite rooms is the massage parlor. The idea here was to create a very calming, centering space, to get rid of the corners, to create a lot of movement in the walls.
Next, Steve wanted to take us to his house. He saved this place from the wrecking ball a couple of years back, transforming it into his resume and portfolio.
Most people are scared to change their space because they don't want their house to look any different than their neighbors. A house or any space should reflect your personality. And if you don't have a personality, find somebody and follow them around, you know. You'll learn something.
Most of Steve's creations are made here in the backyard.
Here's a walrus head that kind of needs beat on some, so I think we'll take some chunks off of it today.
But the man who makes his living carving wood couldn't remember what he did with the wood mallet. A second look in the shop didn't turn up anything. Not to disappoint, Steve grabbed an old block of wood and made one.
Yeah, it's all pretty low tech.
With a brand new hammer in hand, he plopped himself on the ground and got to carving.
The idea is to be fairly aggressive with your work, especially when you're doing rough work. You're basically just removing material with keeping a vision of what it is that you're after in mind. And you just go for it. It goes pretty quick, really.
I kind of treat wood carving more like watercolor. I don't do a lot of planning into it.
The trick is to hold the chisel real lightly so you don't cramp up your hand. I remember giving a demonstration one time on a carousel horse, had it laid out there during a class. The first thing I did was drive the chisel through my leg. Yeah, I said, for the next demonstration, somebody here is going to take me to the emergency room.
After a little while, he got tired of carving the walrus and pulled out another work in progress.
There is this mermaid that we need to rough out. This is part of a closet.
Maybe it's the fairy tale quality of his work that attracts people. Or maybe it's his boundless enthusiasm. In any case, Steve Arment's imaginative folk art has earned him a place in the hearts and homes of his Wallowa Valley neighbors.
On one level, I think people like a little whimsy in their life. It makes them smile. And if you can make somebody smile, then you've done something. And if you can make them laugh, you've really done something.